purpose of it is for a public hearing on our budget. We've had several workshops, and we are here tonight for the first reading of the ordinances that will govern both general fund, enterprise funds, and we will turn the meeting over to our administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. As we all know, we've had several workshops where we've gone through the budget in detail, and this is basically the culmination of all of those meetings where we've gone through the details and hopefully answered most of the questions. This is where we adopt our millage rate. We have recommended to the council that we maintain our current millage rate in order to absorb the funds that we will eventually be dealing with the future of Hurricane Michael, but it also helps us maintain the upward flow of the city as we grow and regain all of the properties and all the services that we normally provide. If you look on your page 5, it shows the 8 mills. It shows the revenue side that is represented by the 8 mills at $3.4 million. And if you look at the expenses below that, it supports the $3.4 million based on the breakdown of each department within the general fund. If there are any questions, I would be happy to answer them. If I cannot answer, either Keith or Monique will help. The backup to each one of those departments, which council has already seen, are the following pages after that until we get to page 24 is the conclusion of the detail for all those line items.
When I reviewed it, I see nothing that, are there any changes from when we left out from the previous, our last budget meeting?
No, sir, this should be consistent
It's
with our
consistent
last
with
budget.
what we did then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
There would, I don't know if you guys want us to talk about just a little formula arrow that wasn't pulling the bottom of the spreadsheet, but that's it, that's the only change.
Yeah, the additional sheet that was handed out, page 7, really does not change anything from the budget that we've done. What it does is it corrects some formulas from the prior year's budgets. The totals were incorrect in the original sheet. So the additional page 7 that you have just does the correction for the past years. It does not.
Doesn't change any bottom line number?
Correct. What it does is it makes us look better on the difference between last year and this year.
Unless other council members want that detail, we can do it. If it doesn't change, that's sort of some nuts and bolts personally that I'm satisfied with.
Yeah, what happened last year, I'm not.
But if other council members want some detail of that, we can certainly do it now. I hate to be through before Sharon gets you. Normally, we would have and I guess we should still have the fact that there is no public hearing citizens here. We still will open the meeting, and I think it's appropriate. Did we get any? I know some of us, or all of us, got some emails. Did we get any written correspondence?
I did not, and I didn't get anything to our email, our Mexico Beach email address.
Well, if they didn't send it to the clerk, it doesn't really need to be part of, I mean, if it was just comments to us as council members, then, I guess, even though no one's here, I'll close the public hearing. And we will, proceed with the readings, which are all first readings. And everyone, I believe, what did we set, just while it's on my mind, what did we set for our second public hearing and adoption? What is that date?
Tuesday the 29th.
Yep.
29th?
Mm-hmm.
September.
At
And that's also at 6 o'clock?
6 p.m.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Looky there, she sped.
There you go.
Okay,
Sharon?
Thank you.
Chairman, we're just starting the first readings, the only reading that we will have tonight of the ordinances that pertain to the general fund and the enterprise.
Okay.
All right, Chair will entertain a motion to read by title only, ordinance 748.
Make a motion to read by title only, ordinance 748.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any objection to reading? Let the record reflect that's a 5-0 vote to read.
Okay,
There you are, okay.
Ordinance 748, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Mexico Beach, Florida, authorizing the adoption of the millage rate for the tax year 2020 to 2021, levying an ad valorem tax of 8 mills, 8,000 per 1,000 valuation, and all real and personal property within said city, which is not exempt under law for the purpose of providing funds for the ordinary and regular requirements of the City of Mexico Beach for the fiscal year 2020-2021, providing an effective date.
All right, thank you very much. That will obviously be on our 29th meeting for the second reading and adoption. All right, next is ordinance 749. Do I have a motion to read by title only?
Make a motion to read by title only, ordinance 749.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any objection to reading? Let the record reflect it's a 5-0 in favor of reading.
Ordinance 749, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Mexico Beach, Florida, authorizing the appropriation of funds and adoption of the tentative budget for the tax year 2020-2021 for the purpose of providing funds for the ordinary and regular requirements of the City of Mexico Beach for the fiscal year 21, providing an effective date.
Thank you. Next is ordinance 750. Do I have a motion to read by title only?
Make a motion to read by title only, ordinance number 750.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Again, is there any opposition to reading? Let the record reflect, votes 5-0.
Ordinance 750, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Mexico Beach, Florida, authorizing the appropriation of funds and adoption of the budget for fiscal year 21 for the purpose of providing funds for the water fund, providing an effective date.
Thank you. And next is ordinance 751. Chair will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to read ordinance 751 by title only.
Second.
Motion and a second. Again, is there any opposition to reading? Record reflect, votes 5-0 for reading.
Ordinance number 751, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Mexico Beach, Florida, authorizing the appropriation of funds and adoption of the budget for the fiscal year 21 for the purpose of providing funds for the sewer fund, providing an effective date.
Thank you. And lastly is ordinance 752.
Make a motion to read ordinance 752 by title only.
Second.
Motion is second. Again, any opposition to reading? Please do so.
Ordinance 752, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Mexico Beach, Florida, authorizing the appropriation of funds and adoption of the budget for the fiscal year 21 for the purpose of providing funds for the sanitation fund, providing an effective date.
Thank you. All of those ordinances will be on our 29th meeting, and we will have second reading and adoption. Thank you everyone for coming. Motion for adjournment.